Ever wonder why 70% of millennials feel stressed about money, while the other 30 are quietly building wealth? The secret isn't a fancy app. It's a simple 50/30/20 split that can turn paycheck to paycheck into financial freedom. Stick with me for the next 12 minutes, and you'll have a ready-to-use budget that works for any income. The 50/30/20 rule breaks every dollar into three buckets: 50% needs, 30% wants, and 20% savings or debt payoff. Needs cover rent, utilities, groceries, transportation, insurance, expenses you can't dodge. Wants are the lifestyle upgrades: dining out, streaming subscriptions, gym memberships, that new phone upgrade. The final 20% fuels your future: emergency fund, retirement accounts, extra mortgage payments. The genius? It's flexible enough for a 000 monthly income and for a 2,000 freelance haul. For a 000 paycheck, you'd allocate 500 to needs, 00 to wants, 00 to savings. The rule was popularized by Senator Elizabeth Warren in her 2008 book, All Your Worth. And a 2023 Bankrate survey showed 42% of U.S. households already use a similar split, yet only 19% hit all three targets. That gap is where you can win. Start by listing every recurring bill. Rent or mortgage is usually the biggest line item. The U.S. Census reports the average rent for a one-bedroom is $200. Utilities, electric, water, internet, average $50. Groceries for a single adult hover around 00, according to the USDA. Transportation, car payment, fuel, insurance adds roughly 00 for the typical commuter. Add health insurance, 00, and minimum debt payments, 50. Totals land near 400 for a 800 income, exactly 50%. If your needs exceed 50%, you either need to cut costs, roommates, cheaper phone plan, or boost income. Use a spreadsheet or budgeting app to track each line item for a full month. The key is honesty. A streaming service you never use still counts as a need if you've paid for it. Wants are the fun money that fuels motivation. Think dining out, concert tickets, new sneakers, travel, premium coffee. A 2022 Deloitte study found the average U.S. consumer spends $400 annually on discretionary items. That's 00 a month, well within a 30% slice of a 500 income. To keep wants honest, create a fun fund separate from your checking account. Transfer the exact 30% each payday when the account hits 00 on a 000 salary. You know you have 00 to spend guilt-free. If you overspend, you'll feel the pinch next month, an immediate feedback loop that teaches restraint. A practical tip: use the 24-hour rule. When you see a 00 hoodie you like, wait 24 hours before buying. If you still want it, it's a true want. If the urge fades, you've saved money. The final slice fuels security and growth. First, aim for a 3-month emergency fund, about 000 for a 000 monthly budget. Allocate 00 a month, 20% of a 000 paycheck. Toward this goal, you'll be set in 15 months. After the safety net, prioritize high-interest debt. The average credit card APR sits at 16%. Paying extra 00 each month can shave off years of interest. Once debts are cleared, redirect that money to retirement accounts. Contribute to a 401k up to the employer match, often 3-5% of salary. Then funnel additional cash into a Roth IRA, which currently allows 500 annual contributions. Real-world example: Sarah, 28, earned $500 a month. By strictly applying 20% to savings, she built a 800 emergency fund in 18 months and retired her 2,000 student loan 2 years early. Freelancers, gig workers, and seasonal employees face irregular cash flow. The trick: calculate a baseline income based on the lowest 3 months in the past year. Suppose your lowest quarterly average was $800. Apply 50/30/20 to that base. For 100 needs, 40 wants, 60 savings. When you have a high-earning month, say 000, cover that month's extra expenses first, then allocate the surplus entirely to the 20% bucket. This protects your budget during lean months and accelerates savings when cash is abundant. A 2021 Upwork report shows 57% of freelancers who used a baseline method reported lower stress levels and higher on-time bill payments. Automation removes the "I'll do it later" trap. Link your checking account to a budgeting app like Inab or EveryDollar. Set up 3 automatic transfers on payday: 500 to a needs account, bill pay account, 00 to a wants account, 00 to a savings account. Use separate debit cards for each bucket to avoid accidental cross-spending. If you earn biweekly, double the transfer amounts each payday. For those who love spreadsheets, a simple Google Sheet with 3 columns and conditional formatting can visualize overspending instantly. Remember, the goal is 0 manual calculations after the initial setup. Your money moves itself. Pitfall number 1, underestimating needs. Many forget annual expenses like car registration, 50, or insurance premiums paid semi-annually. Add these to a monthly buffer of 2% of income. Pitfall number 2, treating the 30% as unlimited. If you consistently hit the cap, trim low-value wants, swap a 5 coffee for a homemade brew, and save 0 a month. Pitfall number 3, ignoring inflation. The cost of groceries rose 6% in 2023. Adjust your needs bucket annually by the CPI rate. Pitfall number 4, skipping the emergency fund while aggressively investing. Build the safety net first. Otherwise, a sudden expense can force you to liquidate investments at a loss. Quick fix. Set a recurring reminder on your phone to review the budget on the 1st of every month. Meet Alex, 35, who earned $200 monthly as a software developer. He started with a 65/15/20 split, feeling stretched. After applying 50/30/20, his rent dropped from $000 to $500 by moving to a roommate, freeing $50 for savings. Within a year, Alex's retirement contributions grew from /bin/sh to $200, and his credit card debt vanished. Another case, Maya, 24, a part-time nurse making for $100. She used the baseline method, saved $80 each month, and built a $200 emergency fund in 15 months, allowing her to quit her second job. Your turn. Write down your income, assign the 3 buckets, set up automation, and watch the numbers change. The 50/30/20 rule isn't a theory. It's a proven roadmap used by over 10 million households worldwide. If you're ready to stop guessing and start budgeting with confidence, hit the like button, subscribe, and drop a comment with the biggest budgeting challenge you face. I'll answer the top 3 in next week's Q&A. Share this video with a friend who needs a financial reset. And remember, your future self will thank you for the 50/30/20 habit you start today.